Hi everyone, welcome to Elevate 2025. My name is Patricia Guzman, and today's presentation I'm going to talk about how to unlock the power of AI in PowerBuilder 2025 with ChatGPT. My goal is to show you how artificial intelligence, especially conversational AI, like ChatGPT, can enhance your PowerBuilder applications and your productivity as a developer. So let's get started. We have a disclaimer over here. Session agenda. Here's what we'll cover today. Regarding AI, we are going to see the importance of AI in software development. Why integrate AI into PowerBuilder? We are going to understand ChatGPT and prompt engineering. How to communicate effectively with AI. In addition, regarding integrating AI with PowerBuilder, we are going to use the HTTPClient object in order to connect to ChatGPT. Also, we are going to handle responses with JSON objects. We are going to do a live demo where we are calling ChatGPT from PowerBuilder. We are going to have our conclusions and a section of questions and answers. Okay. So something about me. My name is Patricia Guzman. I have been working with PowerBuilder since version 6.5. Over the years, I have witnessed how this tool has continuously evolved, and now with PowerBuilder 2025, we can take a big step forward by integrating AI directly into our applications. I'm currently a PowerBuilder instructor at Sophie Iberica. We are working together to create PowerBuilder training courses to new developers. I'm also a senior developer at EMAPS Agua de Quito. Over the past 20 years, I have worked on modernization projects and helped developers transition to newer versions of PowerBuilder. Okay. About company, our company Softp has been in the ICT market since 1990. It's a value-added distributor that collaborates with Appium and other technology vendors like Sybase SAP. Softp is Appium localization partner from Spain and Italy and a certified consulting partner worldwide. Okay. Now, about the importance of AI in software development. AI is transforming how we build software from static to code-intelligent systems. We can automate repetitive tasks, improve accuracy, and deliver more value to users. By the way, all the images that you are going to see in this presentation were made using AI. Okay, so how we might see the AI. AI acts as a powerful assistant that enhances our abilities instead of replacing developers, whether through machine learning, natural languages processing, or predictive analytics. The key idea here is that AI doesn't replace us, it empowers us. So could it really eliminate jobs? Maybe eliminate jobs with people who don't know AI or who are not involved in AI nowadays. Okay. Why integrate AI into PowerBuilder? PowerBuilder is a mature, robust tool, but that doesn't mean it can evolve. Thanks to modern APIs, we can now integrate AI features such as automate code generation and testing, smart applications that adapt to user behavior, and advanced data analysis and insights. Remember, by connecting PowerBuilder with services like ChatGPT, you don't need to create or train your own AI models. You simply connect through APIs and instantly extend the capabilities of your applications. Okay? Now we're going to see what is ChatGPT. ChatGPT was launched in 2022 and quickly change how people interact with AI. It's a conversational model capable of understanding and generating natural language with remarkable accuracy. Essentially, ChatGPT predicts and constructs text based on prior data and context, making it ideal for applications that require dialogue, text generation, or intelligent responses. Okay? So now let's take a look at how ChatGPT can be used in real business environments. Virtual assistants provide internal support by answering employee questions about procedures or systems. Document generation automatically create reports, summaries, and emails based on user input. Document generation code assistants help developers write SQL queries, PowerScript snippets, or even documentation. Imagine embedding a small AI assistant inside your PowerBuilder app that helps users interact with the system in natural language. That's the power we are talking about. Okay? So keep in mind that. Now, it's important to understand the prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is the art of talking to AI. It's about crafting the right input so the AI delivers useful, accurate results. And here is important when we see these 4 steps, okay, or 4 points that you need to take care. The first one, define the objective. We need to be very clear in what we want to get, okay? Another thing is that we need to create a clear and specific prompt. We need to be very specific on what we want to get. For example, this part like a role, order, specification, and format, it is very important when we create our prompts. We need to give a role. For example, instead of asking to the AI, explain PowerBuilder, for example, you need to be very clear, and a specific role, it will gonna be or convert or act as a PowerBuilder expert. So after that, when you need to give the order, in this case, explain what's the PowerBuilder's client-server architecture, for example, and provide an example of a data window interaction. You see, it's like you are going to be very, very specific with that. For example, you can tell, give me the result in a table with a specific order. So you need to be very specific if you want to get a better answer. Another thing that you need to take care is that you need to adapt the answer. Even though the AI can give you an answer, doesn't mean that this is the final answer. You need to adapt the answer and ask more and more in order to get what you need. After that, you need to evaluate the quality of the obtained answer. AI can give you any answer, but it doesn't mean that that answer is correct. Depends on you. You have to evaluate that answer and see if you can work on that, you can take it, or you can leave it. That's why AI, it's not up us. We have the final say. So in this case, we have the final say, not the AI. Okay, this is very important that you understand in order to create very good prompts and get the result that you want. Okay, so let's continue. Now we are going to see the AI integration with PowerBuilder. OpenAI provides REST APIs to access to ChatGPT. You will need an API key from OpenAI to authenticate your request. So you are going to go to the OpenAI website. You need to request for that key because that key is your identifier in order to make the call and connect to or call ChatGPT from PowerBuilder. Okay. In order to do that, we are going to use the HTTP client object. As you know, the HTTP client object is a base object for sending HTTP requests and receiving HTTP responses from a resource identified by a URI. Communication is done through HTTP requests with data in JSON format. Okay, HTTP client supports the following methods: get, post, put, and delete. This is used to send HTTP requests, receive responses, set headers, and handle data in JSON format. In our integration, we use send request to communicate with ChatGPT and get response body to retrieve the results, as we see here. Okay, and here we can see how we can set headers. Okay, now about the data handling with JSON objects in PowerBuilder. ChatGPT responses come in JSON format, and PowerBuilder provides powerful tools to handle that. You can use JSON generator to build the request body, JSON parser to extract the response content. This allows your application to process the AI's output, for example, displaying in a text box, or for example, from a data window, or using it to drive logic in your programs. The most important thing here is that we can manage or handle the information or the response that we get from ChatGPT. Okay, so now the demo. In the demo, we are going to call ChatGPT from PowerBuilder. In this demo, we'll see how a PowerBuilder application can send a prompt to ChatGPT and display the response. You will notice how simple it is, just a few lines of code using HTTP client and JSON objects. So let's go and do the demo. Okay, the first thing that we need in order to call ChatGPT from PowerBuilder is an API key. To get one, we must create an account in OpenAI and generate a secret key. I have a free account. If you don't have at this moment an account, you can create that one for free. Okay, after that, you should navigate to this link and you can click on create new secret key. You going to enter some information, and after that click on create secret key. OpenAI generate a secret key for you. Please copy and store your API key in a safe place, because OpenAI will not show you the same key again for security reasons. Okay, as I told you before, in this demo, I'm using a free OpenAI account. The free account has some limitations, but it is valid and sufficient to demonstrate the integration. Okay, now when we generate the secret key, we have some main elements involved in the request. So now we are going to see them in PowerBuilder, from PowerBuilder. So let's go to PowerBuilder. Okay, in PowerBuilder, I just create a window, very simple window with the information that I got from OpenAI. The first thing that I want to show you is the open event of my window. Here is the key, and I keep the key in an instance variable. You can use a global variable or local variable. It's up to you. But in this case, I use the information in instance variable. The other element that I got from AI is the model. Because my account is free, I use this model, but you can use other models. And in addition, in the open event, I have the prompt. I wrote a specific and default prompt, but we can modify that prompt. It's only to show you how it works. Okay, this is regarding the open event in my window. So now I'm going to the send control button. Here I separate the send request and how we manage the information here in the JSON parser. It's only for purpose that you can see in a better way how we can use this information. So the first thing is in the send button. So now here another element that the OpenAI gave me is the URL. So we need to use this URL to call the request. Okay. In addition, I am using the HTTP client. Okay, and instance the object and set the header. In this case, I use the content, set the header on content type and the authorization, and in this case I use the key, which is in my instance variable. Okay. In addition, we need to create the JSON request. And how we create that? We use this part indicating the model. We have the model. We have the user message, which is the prompt. Okay, so we use this part as a part of the JSON request. Okay, once we have the request, we have the URL, we have the prompt, and we set the headers, we can send the request. In order to do that, I use the function send request and I use the method post. Okay, in this function, I'm sending the method post, the URL, and the request body. If everything is okay, I'm going to get the response using the function getResponseBody and using this variable ls_response in order to get that response. This one is gonna be the JSON, the whole JSON that the ChatGPT is going to return. Okay, so after that I can load that response in an object, which is JSON package. Okay, but this one is I use another function in order to show how we can work with this information. So let me just run this screen and see and show you how it works. Now we have the window, we have our prompt. Okay, and I'm ready to send this prompt to ChatGPT from PowerBuilder. So just click on send, sending the request from PowerBuilder, and I got the response from ChatGPT. As you can see here, we have the whole JSON. So yeah, I want to separate this because I wanted you to see how the answer is from ChatGPT, the whole JSON, and the part that we want is this one, the content. Only this part is that we need to show our users. So let me show you. Let me go back to PowerBuilder and show you this code in this button. So let me go there. And as you can see, I use the JSON parser. JSON parser object provides the ability to load the JSON formatted data from a string or from a TXT file into a JSON object, and then parse the JSON object to get the child item count, get the handler, key name or value of any specific item between others. Okay, so here I instance the JSON. I took all the information that I got from the ChatGPT, and I use a function here in this window, and I send the information in order to get only the response that I want. Okay, I use this one in a try-catch block in order to manage all the exceptions that I can get. Okay, so let me just show you the function quickly. So this is a recursive function, and it goes through all the elements until find the element that I need to get. Okay, so let me just run again the example and just send. And here, let me get the answer. Only the answer that I want to show, to get or to show to the user. So this is specific how I create a non-visual user object in PowerBuilder. Follow these steps, and the steps are here. So this is an idea of what we can do with using PowerBuilder, with these elements, with these objects in PowerBuilder, and with interacted with the AI. It's just a very simple example, but the intention here is that you see the potential that we have with only some few lines of code in order to communicate with AI and create our applications more attractive. Okay, so we can just do another example. Let's see, how about asking about the Elevate event? So let me see, act as a PowerBuilder something about Elevate event. Important information about it and the $50. Okay, I think it's enough. Let's see, send. And as you can see here, let me see, JSON parser. So, Elevate is a premier annual conference for PowerBuilder developers focusing on networking, skill development, and the latest advancements in PowerBuilder technology. As you can see, we can get the information about Elevate from ChatGPT. So just we can click here and we can ask for another thing, whatever you want. Okay. Just another thing that I want to show you is, for example, what happened if I modify something. Okay, let's see, for example, the model, because this one is very, let me see if we can get another one like 5. So let me comment this one, and I want this one to get an error to see how it works. So let me just here. How about 5? So let me just save it and see what happens. So just send. And here, this is the error that I have. Because you exceed your current quota, please check your plan and billing details. It is because my account is free, but in the case that it happens, for example, if I want to use a better or modern model, I need an account with payment. So it's just to show you this. So let's go back to here, to our basic model, but it works, right? So it works just for this demo. Let me run again, send, and got the information again. So here. So the idea is, as I told you before, that we can use and interact AI with PowerBuilder. This is very basic, but at least now we know how to create and get an API key and use it with our PowerBuilder objects like HTTPClient and JSON parser. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation. Getting back to the presentation, we have the demo recap. The main elements involved in the request. First of all, we have API key, which is included in the authorization header. Once we get the API key, we are able to perform API requests from PowerBuilder. The second element is API model. Depends on free or paid account. As you can see in this table, you will have some features depends on the type of account that you have. For our example, I use my free account and I was able to get the API key access. But as I told you before, when I made that example changing the model, you can see that the model that I tried to use was not allowed because I didn't have a pay account. Okay. The third element is the prompt. Remember that you need a prompt to send, and this prompt has to be very specific with all the details in order to get the best answer that you want. Okay. The fourth element is the API URL. OpenAI gives us a URL that we use to communicate to the chat. It is the endpoint you call when you want to send a prompt to a chat model like GPT-4 or GPT-5, for example, and receive a response using your API key. Okay. The fifth element is the response body. It defines the model, the messages, and the parameters. It means that we create the JSON request with the elements that we have before. The sixth element is the HTTP client. We are able to use native PowerBuilder objects like HTTPClient to send the request. In this case, we use the method post. Okay. The next one is the JSON parser. As you know, is another object in PowerBuilder which is used to handle the JSON response. It means that we can prepare the data, we can work with the data in order to display only the specific data that we want to show to the users. Okay, so this is the recap of the theme. Okay, so in conclusions, let's summarize the key points. AI is a powerful tool to enhance our productivity and creativity. PowerBuilder provides everything we need, HTTP client and JSON objects, to connect with AI services. The quality of AI results depends on how well we define our prompts. That's why it's very important that we use very specific prompts and using prompt engineering. We can optimize our applications by interacting with AI. Integrating ChatGPT not only improves your application, it also improves your daily work as a PowerBuilder developer. With just a few steps, you can transform your applications into intelligent systems that interact naturally with users. So, is what I want to show you. I hope this information will be very useful for you in order to start interacting with AI in a basic way. So after that, you can do more advanced thing using PowerBuilder and AI. Thank you so much for your time and for watching. Don't forget to connect with us. If you like to learn more, follow Appion's community channels and stay connected on LinkedIn. Now it's time for questions and answers. I will be happy to answer all your questions.
Now is Q&A time. Welcome to join our live Q&A Zoom meeting with the presenter. You'll find the Zoom meeting link at the top of the chat panel and also in the resources area below. Just click and join us live. You can enter the meeting from the Zoom app or your browser. Just type your name and click Join. You'll be in a waiting room until the meeting starts, and you'll join automatically once it begins. Now that you're in, you have 10 minutes to ask the presenter any questions about this session. Don't miss the chance.